I think there are really three keys to affecting change and managing change at Aldite. I think you need patience, I think you need to be consistent, and I think you need to be intentional. I think that just like with communication being hard, change is hard. It's hard for all of us. It's hard because we're human. And the fact that we're human means that we make mistakes, that we're not perfect. And so as a leader trying to affect change, and I've been trying to affect change for over 15 years in our environmental program, and I see that we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. The people who I intend that message to get to, those recipients of the message, they're not perfect. The people that I'm relying on to carry that message, they're not perfect. And so what I think is my perfect message does not always get relayed or received by the intended recipient. And that's the definition of effective communication, by the way, is when the intended recipient receives the intended message. So I have to be patient. I have to continue to give that message over and over again. I can't just say it once and expect that all of our inspectors and all of our designers will carry that message on from now forward. I have to say it again and again and again just in case someone missed something. And because I'm saying it again and again and again, I need to be consistent with that message. And so I found that leaders who change their mind or change directions often, you really have to pay really close attention to those people and get the specific details, because they may change 180 degrees in 3 weeks, and you really have to keep up. And in our world, in our large organization and in our busy world, it's very difficult to keep up with details. And so if you are getting a consistent message from your leader over and over again, year after year after year, you're hearing this consistent message, you can kind of figure out where to go next, even without the leader telling you that directly. And so consistency is a big key. And then the last thing was being intentional. I think a leader needs to understand that I have to deliver this message in a way that gets to that person, gets to that intended recipient. And that intended recipient, they have different styles of learning. They prefer different ways of communication. And so I have to figure out what works best for that intended recipient and then head in that direction on purpose. It goes back to start with why. You figure out, you ask the question, why am I doing this? Why do I want to get the message to them? And then I figure out, what am I going to do, and then how am I going to do it? And it's really about branding. It's about marketing, and that's some of my favorite books also are about marketing. The author Seth Godin is a genius in the marketing area. I'm not a marketer, but I am a leader. And leaders require that element of marketing, and I appreciate hearing that message that he consistently gives over time, that we have to be intentional about sharing our message.